the New Patriotic Party. There's an important exercise that is taking place next weekend when the party will be electing its flag bearer. It's a very keen race, one that many have tipped the former vice president as having an upper hand. But there are those who also say that Kennedy Ohene Japan can surprise him and win this one touch, or potentially push it into a runoff, and anything could happen in that particular situation when, if it should get to that stage. And so it's one that many of you are looking out for. But yesterday, an important peace pact signing ceremony took place that has got a lot of you talking. Some key speeches were delivered, and the messages centered around the need for the party to unite ahead of this crucial election that is taking place. And I want us to listen to two key individuals who spoke at the event. First, we'll hear from Alexander Afenyo-Markin, the minority leader of Parliament, and also we'll hear from His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president of the Republic of Ghana, what they have to say at this particular ceremony.
Let us protect the party that has given us voice, purpose, and hope. And when the contest is over, let us close ranks, lock arms, and march forward together, stronger, wiser, and united towards victory 2028. Our future depends on it. Our party depends on it. And Ghana is counting on us. Political competition is a necessary and healthy feature of every democracy. However, it is how that competition is managed, particularly in moments of heightened ambition and strong emotion, that defines the maturity of a political party and ultimately the stability of the nation. Internal party elections are not merely contests among individuals. They are tests of institutional strength, discipline, and commitment to shared values. The choice to focus on peace at this stage is therefore both timely and commendable. Peace does not happen by accident. It is the product of deliberate leadership, clear rules, mutual respect, and a collective decision to place the long-term interests of the party and the country above short-term personal gain.
This peace pact, this commitment pact, is therefore not a mere ceremony. It is a solemn covenant, a commitment that ambition will not override fraternity, that competition will not descend into hostility, and that once the ballot has spoken, the party will move forward as one. To the aspirants gathered here today, your conduct will shape the moral tone of the NPP and the future of our country. Your supporters, the grassroots, and the youth of this party are watching you. History will judge not only who wins, but also how all of you conduct yourselves. Let me be clear. The NPP is bigger than any individual. No ambition, grievance, or faction is greater than the elephant. Leadership contests must never weaken the collective cause. Unity is not optional. Unity is not a slogan. Unity is a strategic necessity for victory. So I charge all of you, this peace pact must not only be signed, it must be lived. Over the remaining days, let your campaigns be firm but fair, competitive but respectful. Ours is a tradition that rejects fear, insults, intimidation, and bitterness. Loyalty to individuals must never supersede loyalty to the party. After the primaries, there must be one party, one direction, one destiny. Let me end with confidence on a positive note. I have no doubt that the new patriotic party remains the best vehicle with the best ideas for Ghana's future. Our duty is to keep that vehicle united, disciplined, and worthy of the trust of the Ghanaian people.
You heard Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former president of the Republic of Ghana. He himself represented the NPP multiple times as flag bearer, starting from 2008. But before then, it had been a long journey from the mid-90s when he started off wanting to lead the party. It took him a while. In 2008, he became the flag bearer, led the party into the 2008, 2012, 2016. Before he was victorious, he led the party again in 2020 before he handed over to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So he's someone who is familiar with how the internal party contest plays out there. And early on this discussion segment, we made a point that former President John Agyekum Kufuor was not present at this event. He had publicly previously expressed concerns about some of the things that are happening within the party. There hasn't been any official explanation as to why he was not present, but former Speaker of Parliament was also there, Professor Aaron Michael Quay. We also heard from the minority leader, and the key theme of the message they are putting across has to do with the issues of unity. I want to introduce my guest in the studio to you. Let me start with Abraham Amaleba. Abraham Amaleba is a Director General of National Road Safety Authority. He's a member of the National Democratic Congress and a legal practitioner as well. And I know he's a member of the Ghana Law Society. And for those of you who have followed legal news keenly, this week there's a story that was put out by the Law Platform indicating that the Law Society have been given a clearance by the GLC to accredit chambers, peoples, and issue licenses to lawyers for that matter. Good morning, AB.
Good morning.
You can confirm the story that has been out there to us. You're a member of the Law Society.
Yes, and today there will be a press conference to lay out the vision of the association. So the General Legal Council has actually given the Ghana Law Society a certificate to continue to represent lawyers and accept lawyer registrations, accept chambers registration. And so we are going to be like the Ghana Bar Association, where lawyers can now choose whether to belong to the Ghana Bar Association or to belong to the General Ghana Law Society. And so it is official that in Ghana today we have two lawyer associations. And today the executives would meet the press and lay out the objectives of the society. I mean,
is the society ready in terms of the structure to quickly take off? And because for the GBA, for instance, we know that they have a portal system that they run. How soon can we expect you to take off fully?
No, the portal is already ready, I'm aware. There's already a sticker, like the bar sticker. The society also has a sticker. You know, the bar is black in color. This one is red in color. The portal is there. Registration portals are ready. And so it is a new dawn for membership of lawyers in this country.
We know that the group was in court. I guess you may have to abandon that for now.
Oh, no. I think it is important for finality to be brought. And so the matter is still in court. The Supreme Court will pronounce on it, and then it will bring finality to the issue as to whether GBA should be the only body representing lawyers or there can be other bodies.
All right. Kwame Jantua, I believe, should be a member of the Ghana Bar Association still. He is a lawyer as well. He belongs to the Convention People's Party, an energy analyst as well, and for some time now, a globetrotter. Good morning, Senior.
Where did that come from?
We all know where that's
Where did it come from?
It's good to see you once again.
Baby, be very
Yes,
careful. I have two questions for EB. First, I hope they are going to be able to work together with the Ghana Bar Association, number one. Two, I hope it's not going to be politicized, where 5 years down the line, NDC lawyers are going to one side, NPP lawyers are going to one side. I hope no other president comes and decides to weigh their leadership with one against the other. You know why I say that? At the present moment, we don't have enough lawyers in this country. I think the maximum we have is slightly over 9,000. Slightly over 9,000. And if they are able to work together with the Bar Association, it will help us all. If they have misunderstandings, they should try as much as possible to sort it out between them. And don't politicize it. The law is the law. Don't politicize it. Number two, Abi, could you please tell us so far where you are with the road safety thing and the motorbike thing that we now open Okada? Where are you now? No, I'm saying that for a particular reason. I'm saying it for a particular reason. Okay. Could you tell where we are now since Okada was legalized?
Abi, hold on.
Because I'm seeing certain things on the road.
The question has been overruled. That's what this one I'm overruling.
But as for the other one with the bar, I see the bar and the society collaborating. And in fact, I see the bar and the society holding programs together. So suppose the bar has a conference and invites the society to attend. And there's a platform given to the president of the society to speak, vice versa, and it is going to be nice, you know. So it is complementary rather than
that is
what
okay.
people think.
That is okay. It's when the difficult issues come where politics is concerned. And you know, with politics, lawyers play a huge role where each one
We'll
stands.
iron that out.
I think substantively, we want to hear from the society later today, and from there we'll take off with a discussion on that. Ebo Bachman is Deputy Communications Director for United Party. Ebo is because I'm the judge around the table. I'm the judge around the table, overseeing two seniors. Ebo Bachman is with the United Party Deputy Communications Director. Ebo, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and let me say good morning to Mr. Alan Chamanton, the founder of the UP, the UP Plus, the United Party, and also the wife, Mama Pat. This morning, my special greetings to you.
Okay.
Yeah, for all the things you are doing for us.
All right. I think I have Dr. Samuel Ifrie on Zoom as well. Doc, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. And greetings to your panelists and you as well and your team.
Doc, I want to start off with you. I mean, a lot of the messages yesterday centered around unity. And then it's not surprising because of how acrimonious the campaign has been. I mean, for me, a very pivotal moment in the campaign was that video that was put out by Kennedy Ohene Japan, where he directly went after the former vice president, calling him a liar, and all sorts of remarks about that. I mean, with just about a week to go to the NPP election, is it fair to say that the outcome of the election may have some difficulties for the party depending on how it goes, and the party may never be the same again because of how the aspirants have conducted themselves so far?
Well, thank you. You know, it's like somebody that you are being, there's the one that we used to hang ourselves, right? And you are being asked to put your head. You know that when you put your head in you will die. It's the situation that happened yesterday. It's based on what we saw and also what was happening. You can see for their body language, some of them depicting some kind of hatred, depicting some kind of, should I use the word bitterness? So, like there's an acrimonious kind of relationship between some of these candidates, and it's quite unfortunate. And it's like you have to sign. And you have to sign and sign, whether you like it or yes. And that is the situation. And what you say and what your actions, your body language depicts, if it does not go in line, then your body language is what interprets it more than what your words say, what you say. And that is quite unfortunate. You know, I believe that these parts, these accord, treaty, peace, whatever that we can use that name for, I wish that this could have been done earlier than what at the latter part for, because if we want to ensure that people who agree to the process, people who agree to what the outcome of the process, why do we have to wait till the latter for these things has to we have to come together and sign? Because by then you see that people would have tried to say a lot of things, and you are giving an instance of what Honorable Ken Japan came out with, that it's in the press or some kind of statement towards Dr. Bawumia. What was quite unfortunate. What we later realized that it's untrue, that the statement was made by Dr. Bawumia. And when you do that, you attack someone's personality, the person will form a kind of hatred, a kind of bitterness in him towards you. And you know, and this was clearly seen yesterday, you know, and that is something that we believe that if the party want to progress, if the party want to look at at least to work on the unity that they're talking about, these things, because this is just a cliche for party delegates or maybe Ghanaians to see that they are working, but within them, you see, we saw it that people, their demeanor shows that still they are more, I think it's whether it has grown more or it has increased. And that is what we saw. And it is quite difficult for these things to happen. And we pray that things will not get out of hand during the day. Because as these are dangerous, and that is what they will tend to do. They will still continue to say things or insult or come or do things against each other. Because people think that, some of them think that is their right to take that position. And I think it is quite unfortunate that the party need to sit up. And as I've been saying day in and day out, the root cause was due to the party national executive, their inability to able to start things earlier than what it has gotten to. And the party need to answer some questions, especially the leaders. Well, maybe the party, the president, former president, and other people will talk to them, but I think it is getting hard looking at their demeanor yesterday. All we know, we thought that Dr. Bawumia is one of the people that was cool, but yesterday I didn't see whether he smiled, or at least the posture that we know of Dr. Bawumia. I think it was a hard body language that was depicted yesterday, and we all know the Ken as we know him, you know, also depicting some kind of stance that he always try to demonstrate in every gathering that he may find himself. And I think that the handlers of these personalities, they should talk to them well, especially when there are cameras around, and you know, you have to know how to handle yourself so that it doesn't give a different interpretation. Because the insistence, or maybe the situation that Ken created during the signing, it comes along different interpretation. Different interpretation. And I think that it shouldn't have happened, because it was a situation that we need to have a peace accord or a treaty so that we can get on board as a party for the NPP. And it's quite unfortunate.
All right. Let me come to Ebo in the studio. And Ebo, the NPP are definitely in a very, very difficult place at this point in time. I mean, this event is basically supposed to kind of get things back on track. I mean, we all watched the event on television, and Doc has already made reference to some of the things. Do you think the party was better off today than it was prior to yesterday's event?
Let me say that I don't have a dog in that fight. So I will be careful things that I will say. But you see, unfortunately for them, the problem of the party was in the meeting. The party's problem was in the meeting. He even spoke.
There's a human being who is the
problem of the party. Yeah, he even spoke. Why the solution was somewhere. I mean, I didn't see the solution. The man who could be the solution was not in the room. But the problem is himself was in the room. You know, Nana Akufo-Addo is the problem of the party. He has created all this mess in the party. And so I was surprised I didn't see President Kufuor. I don't know if he was not there because of maybe certain reason, I don't know. But he should have been there. If you're really having a problem and you need someone to rally the party, to be the glue that will bring the party together, it should be President Kufuor, not an Akufo-Addo. So I don't know why they chose to even let him speak at the meeting. But you see, NPP is not, or NPP has not become a ramshackle party, not because of what is happening in their campaign. It's because of the things they did in the 8 years Ghanaians gave them power to govern this country. The kind of things they did is what has made the party very unpopular and unattractive. What is happening in the party is normal, except that sometimes you may recall some excesses, but I mean, it is not anything different. And they have to understand that peace doesn't come just by signing documents. And I don't know why they chose the phrase peace pact. Because peace and wickedness cannot coexist. Let me take you to the Bible this morning. If you are listening to me and you have your Bible, let's go to Isaiah 57, verse 20 to 21. Isaiah 57, verse 20 to 21. I'm using New King James Version. The Bible says, "But the wicked are like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and death. There is no peace, says my God, for the wicked." The wicked may strive for peace, but according to the Bible, every word here is very carefully, captured. That the wicked are like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. Mire means garbage and dirt. There's no peace, says my God, for the wicked. Now, I said NPP is suffering not because of what is happening in this campaign, but because of the things they did. In the 2020 elections, for example, 8 people were killed. So Ronaldo became president on those blood, the blood of innocent people. What did they do about it? Nothing. And when Dr. Barno was questioned, who happened to be the chairman of the police council, when he was questioned about it, he completely got lost in the question. He was fumbling all over the place. What did they do? If this is wickedness, then the wicked can never know peace. According to the Bible, I'm not the one saying it. If the collapse of the banks, people who have toiled to establish banks, developed banks, out of hatred, envy, and jealousy, some group of people decided that let's collapse these banks. And they did collapse the banks. To the extent that even one bank, when that bank was collapsed, the office the bank occupied, immediately the bank was collapsed. I'm talking about UT Bank. The one who collapsed the bank, his institution took over that office. I'm talking about Data Bank. Immediately after the collapse of UT Bank, Data Bank occupied us. If that is wickedness, then the wicked, according to the Bible, cannot know peace.
So as far as you are concerned, what is happening in the NPP now is because of how the party governs the Jamaica.
The things they did. Okay. They did DEP. How innocent people who have made savings towards their future after 60 years, how those people were treated. Some died as a result of the fact that they could not buy medicine for themselves. If that is wickedness, and which I believe is wickedness, then according to the Bible, Isaiah chapter 57, verse 21, he said, "There's no peace, says my Lord, for the wicked." And so they should sit down well, properly, and look at the root cause of their problems. Because if you look at the things they've done in the past, look at the level of corruption we experience as a nation. Unprecedented level of corruption in this country. And we think people didn't suffer as a result of this corruption. People who had paid taxes to this country, innocent people who should have had opportunity to have good hospitals, good classrooms, good roads. People died because of poor road accidents. People died because of the fact that they couldn't even access hospital. And all these things are wickedness. And the Bible says there's no peace for the wicked. And so if they really want to solve their problem, they should go back to the same Bible and see what can be done. What does the Bible say about how to overcome the troubles in your party, how to enjoy peace?
Okay.
Because my belief is that, and listen to what Afenyo Makin said. He said opposition is painful and lonely. Wow. You have been in opposition 1 year and it's painful and lonely. I'm just thinking about the pain and loneliness of people who lost their parents because of the DEP. I'm just thinking about loneliness and painful situation of those who lost their livelihood because of the collapse of the banks. So I'm saying that I don't know, and listen to them. I wonder whether they had this so-called peace pact because they think it will help them to win the election, or because you just want to have some peace in their party as they continue to languish in opposition for a long time. But I think NPP has a long way to go. I don't want to mention even what they did to Mr. Alan Chairman. The chain was broken. The chain from Edubuain to Kufuor to Nado himself promising Alan, that chain was broken, and it could be a source of problem for the party. And I believe that is another weakness that will make the wicked not know peace. And therefore, as I said, I don't have a dog in the fight, or a horse in that race. And all that I can say is that they should do, if they want to enjoy peace, if they want to enjoy unity, and they should do things properly. If you look at the way this election is being conducted, I mean, from the word go, it's been rigged already. And if you look at the history of the party, the same thing was done to favor Nana Akufo-Addo. That is how Nana Akufo-Addo took over the party completely. After the 2008 elections.
Let's stay on this upcoming.
No. I'm giving you history. You know, I told you I used to be a member of that party, so I know some things in the party. After 2008 elections, the constitution of the party was touched. That's where they introduced the special delegates and all that, the expansion and all that. It was touched to favor one man, Nana Akufo-Addo. After 2024, the constitution has been touched again to favor another person. And I'm saying that this election has been rigged already. Ken and Co are trying their best to see if they can change the status quo. But I'm telling you, it's been rigged already. I mean, the D-Day, if they don't even do anything, if they don't even rig, D-Day, maybe 30% rigging can take place. But if they don't even do that, I see Dr. Bawumia winning, not because he's the suitable candidate. I have advised NPP before through an article that I wrote in 1st January 2021. Why would NPP want to commit political suicide? That was the title of the article.
Okay.
And it still stands. The article still stands. The same question. Why would NPP want to commit political suicide? If they don't choose the right candidate, of course, 30% will be difficult for them.
Okay. Let me come to Mr. Jantua now. And Mr. Jantua, what are your thoughts on what transpired yesterday? Important event?
The signing. Good morning to our viewers.
Good morning.
What can I say? After such a defeat of 2024 elections, I asked myself, is this just a charade of deception to make it look as if they are all together? Because I ask myself, they're in the same party. Are they acquaintances or are they friends? Because irrespective of the fact that you are standing for competition, you don't talk about each other the way they're talking about each other. And so, are they just trying to show Ghanaians that irrespective of the election loss we had, we are united? Is that what they're telling us? I find it very difficult. Because, you know, in as much as I would question AB about his position and what he's doing with regards to the position he's got, I won't go and stand somewhere and defame his name. I won't. If I have anything that I don't understand about him, I will go to him and sit with him and discuss it with him and not bring it out in public. What was Ken's outburst? Something to do with Dubois, right?
Yes.
And that Dr. Baumia said something out of turn, right?
He claimed Dr. Baumia had said that. I mean, Dr. Baumia's camp have said he never said that at any point in time. It was known to me rather who had made those comments.
So they both of them have handled high offices in this country. Are you telling me that Ken or former Vice President Baumia could not sit and discuss this between the two of them? That it needed to come out the way it came out? Is that what you're telling me? Are they in their own party? Are they opposition? The last time they had a press conference, didn't they?
Yes.
With regards to, what was it again? They had a press conference on that, everybody said, what's this press conference
on the issue related to the foreign minister.
Yes, foreign minister. But with this, they could have, talked amongst themselves, especially with how many days to the election? A few days. 31st, isn't it?
Yes.
So in order not to rock the boat, because of where they stand now as a political party, and because of the number of people they have within Parliament alone, and the fact that confidence in the NPP has dwindled because of some of the things they did when they were in power, they shouldn't wash this kind of linen outside, even if you disagree. So I see it as they are acquaintances, and they would cut each other's throat to win. Now, peace agreement. When has peace agreements worked in this country? When, even for the general election, when peace agreements are signed, some obey, some don't obey. So when has it worked? So how do they think this will work? The duty of the party is to go down into the grassroots to find out why there are these types of challenges within the party and solve it. And solve it. Because there are some hunchos in the NPP who would support a particular candidate and support that particular candidate at the expense of others. Yes, I understand you can support, but some of the machinations that go on, that discredit others within that circle, sometimes can be heart-wrenching. For me, the major challenge I see, and I hope it doesn't happen, I hope they would have learned from the defeat, and I hope it doesn't happen, that monocracy will play a huge role. I hope it doesn't happen. Because if it does play a huge role, then that is where you will see the viciousness of each other. We don't need that at this particular moment. We need them to be able to build a strong opposition. Because in Ghana, we don't need one-party state. We do not need one-party state. We want a situation where we have a very strong opposition taking the government in power, making sure that they're doing the right thing. We are at this present moment where the NPP stands, it's important that they unite. And I don't think it is peace signing that will unite them, because there are cracks within the party itself that they are not solving. There's this perception, and Ebo kind of alluded to it. There's this perception that whatever the case may be, Dr. Baumia will win. That's the perception. Right now, we are being told that Ken too is galloping and he seems to have taken the lead. If it so happens that that expectation of Ken probably in the lead, if he doesn't win, do you know the kind of things that are going to come out? And I hope if even things come out, it's not going to be anything about money, that some paid more than others. I hope that doesn't happen. But I wish them all well. And I hope 31st December, there's no argy-bargy, there's no violence, there's nothing like that, and they can all embrace whoever wins. And I wish them good luck.
Let me come to AB, and I mean, Mr. Janto made a point about some of the things that have been said, and I alluded to what Kennedy Japon said about Dr. Bawumia. He said, quote, "I have never seen a liar like our former flag bearer before. This man is a liar for saying that Edu Boahen did not contest because he was sick. In the first place, the man didn't even make the statement, but he went after him this way. You come around the table, you sign a peace pact. What if Bawumia wins tomorrow? This is basically fodder for the NDC to feed on. It will be very difficult for the NPP to now all rally behind because of some of these comments. You agree with that?
The press conference rather is on Monday for the Ghana Law Society.
Okay.
It's not today.
Yes.
So I want to make that correction.
Okay.
I've been corrected. Conflict has caused havoc in the NPP. The NPP today is akin to a wrecked ship. If you've seen how a ship is wrecked, NPP looks like that today. The seed of conflict was sown the very first day that the National Council accepted the proposal to maintain the same delegates who voted in the last elections to be the delegates in this election. That was the beginning. That decision skewed the upcoming election in favor of the former Vice President Bawumia. That singular decision skewed because the other candidates did not have the opportunity to campaign at the grassroots to get those delegates elected to become the Electoral College. And we all know that when party reorganization begins, persons who want to be president,
They start mobilizing
from the ground.
Yeah.
So that has cut them off completely. So it has been skewed. And Bawumia will win 31st. Is that about the percentage, the gap? That is what maybe the other candidates are trying to narrow. But he will win because these are the same delegates. Because it's not as if when they voted for him in the last elections, he, Bawumia, went back and antagonized them. You get my point? He has not gone back to say, bring my bicycles I gave you, bring my the money I gave you. He has not antagonized them. He still has perfect relationship with them. So on what basis would those delegates do a 360 degrees turnabout? It's not going to happen. But you see, unity is in the hearts of people. Unity is not in signing papers. Just as how peace is in the heart of people. And wickedness is also in the hearts of people.
Yeah. Truth is in the heart of people.
Truth in the hearts of people. No, so if you've not exorcised the pain in people and you just call them, come and sign, come and sign. Yes, they will do it for the optics, but the heart is what would regulate their conduct. Look at the sitting yesterday. The main contenders are Bawumia and Kennedy Japon. The arrangement, you saw that there was brine in between the two of them. Now, before yesterday's signing, and you have alluded to it, there were vituperations that actually came from both camps. For a family member or a member of a political party to move from saying that you are not competent, you can't handle this position, I have done better than you when I was given this position than when you were given this position. To move away from there, and to start calling each other murderers. Hey, Jara, you don't know. Hey. It means that if these people wielded sharp implements, they will stab each other. Me, I'm just drawing a picture. And I've done a lot of conflict resolutions in my position as director of conflict resolution. And sometimes you could just see the anger in people when you are in the room. So I'm speaking from professional experience. So that to move from dealing with the issues and telling the delegates that you are more qualified or you are the preferred choice than your opponent, move from that and begin calling each other. Liar self is an understatement. The liar is better. You were saying liar. But do not call each other murderer. And explicitly mention the people they murdered. You murdered Ameswale. You also murdered... No. Maumba, yes, special assistant died in Wa.
Okay.
Yeah? Who was electrocuted. So, I think that they need to do more than just signing documents. It won't work. Yesterday, when they finished, I was monitoring the radio and I heard Miraculous Abuaje and the other guy, Ken Ajepon's Kogo Kwatin. Kwesi Kwatin. And you could see the subtle jabbing, the jabs, particularly coming from Miraculous Abuaje. You know, Miraculous mouth is toxic. You could see the jabs coming. So it is not only between the two of them, it has eaten deep into their followers. But I will advise the NPP to do one thing if they are looking for peace. They should, as quickly as possible, jettison Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Let him take the back seat. Because, look, to be honest with you, the second number two wanted person in Ghana is Nana Addo. When you take away Ken Ofori-Atta.
I mean, it's wanted for what?
There's
no... We are not aware of any warrant for his head.
When I say wanted, not the legal way.
No, because you said after someone.
Yeah, so. After. But don't look at it in the legalese.
So how is he wanted?
The pain that Akufo-Addo's regime has put in ordinary Ghanaians, I tell you, if Nana Addo leaves his house and takes a walk from his house to the Nima roundabout, he will be accosted by people. You know, a leader is mobbed. There are 3 types of leaders. A leader who is mobbed, a leader who is coming and people are dispersing, and a leader who is coming and people rush on him. Nana Addo is the last one.
They'll rush on him and attack him, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, he will not. People will accost him. There was an old man who said he wants to meet Nana Addo and ask him questions.
Okay.
So what they can do, they may choose not to listen to me, is to let him take a back seat. In a situation like this, in a conflict charged situation like this, where peace was going to be preached. You leave Kufuor. You are lucky you have somebody like Kufuor who can stem the tide. You rather bring him
to
take charge of the existing situation.
All right.
But you left him. So what I'm saying is that the elections have been rigged already, skewed in favor of Bawumia. The second thing is that the sign of that peace pact is not going to bring peace actually. And the third is that it will be in the interest of the NPP to let Nana Addo take a back seat, because his mere presence makes people angry even amongst their own supporters.
Okay. Let me bring Professor Enoch Opoku-Antwi into the conversation. Prof, good morning.
Good morning, Aka, and greetings to my brothers, AB, Kwame, and Abo at the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning, Prof.
Prof, where do you stand on this MPP matter? I mean, it's barely a week to the elections. I mean, the party is still in a difficult place, you'd say?
Aka, I'm not standing at this moment, I'm sitting. So I think the appropriate question would be, where do I sit? Peace Pact. And I like it was Isaiah 57:21. Ebo, now you are reverend. And Kwame added, and AB is also talking about, being hand twisted to sign a peace pact when there has not been any peaceful campaign. So I want to begin this way. We have just about 8 days to the NPP presidential candidate election. And now we have seen that about 211,849 delegates are expected to vote across 333 centers. So you go and look at the data. But before we look at the data, I want to make a quote from Kofi Annan, our own Kofi Annan, who was the former UN Secretary General. He said that to live is to choose. But to choose well, you must know who you are and what you stand for, where you want to go and why you want to get there. So a couple of questions. A choice to win power for MPP. And the question is, can Bawumia win power for them in 2028? The answer is left to the delegates. And as a delegate, you must know what you stand for or who you are. So when they are going to vote, we've heard a lot of money exchanging hands and people talking about the moneycracy. And then the value you bring to the table where you want your party to be in 2028. So the biggest question is, will Bawumia win power for MPP in 2028? But the party leaders have admitted some things, which is really sad. First, they've admitted that the party lacked decorum in the campaign. It means that the campaign did not go right. People were insulting each other here and there. They also admitted that there was lack of unity within the rank and file of the party, and that is visible to everybody. There's lack of discipline and civility in the campaign that we've seen. There are short-term emotions, as given by Afenyo Makin's speech. And then there's no one protecting the party's voice. So because everybody is speaking from different angles, there's no one voice that is protecting the party. And the party is not formidable now, that we all know. There is public confrontations because each of the candidate supporters are confronting each other. There are insult, I've talked about that, and there are unsubstantiated allegations. So these are the sins that has come out from the debate. Then there are many questions, lingering questions. Will different outcomes be accepted with humility? If one person wins, will the others accept to campaign for the other person? Because they have battered each other to understand that it's going to be difficult for the other party or the other individual to campaign for the other one if somebody wins. And then will their national project be placed above personal interests? As we sit here, there seems to be a lot of personal interest instead of national interest. And why demonize a rival? That has been the biggest question. We are going for a contest. So why demonize people and talk about their health and talk about a whole lot of lying against each other? Why? And the why is going to lead us to the answers that we are looking for. And will the NDC use these demonized words against NPP in the 2028 elections? The answer is yes, because the internet never forgets. All that they are saying is there. And it's going to be an easy weapon for NDC to use against the NPP in 2028. Now, the national divisions has impacted the governance even if they win. So let's put it this way. The party is fractured. NPP as a party is fractured. They are bleeding from the nose, they are bleeding from the ears and everywhere. Why? Because they started with a top-down approach. And the top-down approach has rigged the election in favor of Bawumia. You don't need to consult an oracle or a prophet or anybody. The election, Bawumia is going to win. Straight up, he's going to win. Why? Because there's a top-down approach. Now, it is like wearing a suit first before the shirt and then the singlet. That's what top-down is. So when you use a top-down approach, in management, it is flawed. In leadership, it is flawed. In governance, it is flawed because you are saying that because I'm the boss, this is what I say. We all have to follow that. And if you're talking about 211,849 people going to vote, and you are using a top-down approach, instead of wearing the singlet first before the shirt and then the suit, top-down approach wears the suit first before the shirt and then the singlet, and that is wrong. The reason why it is wrong is that somebody is not going to be happy about that approach. And when you use top-down approach, even after this peace pact and the election on the 31st of January, what is going to happen is that when Bawumia wins, the national chairman, the national secretary, the first vice, second vice, up to the grassroots, to the constituencies, to the regions, all of that, they are going to pick people who are going to be Bawumia people. So you can see that it trickles down. Once you select a candidate first, before you go to the regionals, to the nationals, to the constituencies, and the wards, what is going to happen is that if Bawumia wins, only those who are aligned to Bawumia are going to be voted for throughout. And you are going to sideline all the other people. That is why it is prudent in politics and governance to start from the grassroots first. So you start from the wards, the constituent polling stations, you start from the constituencies, and then the constituencies will also select the regional executives. The regional executives will select the national executives. Once you do that, then it has been fair from the grassroots. They will select an individual to lead the party as it is now.
Okay.
That is not what is happening. The other thing is that the convention of the NPP, the Danko Buzia Dombo, has been breached. If you look at their tradition, 24 months before elections, they select their candidate. That means December 2026 will have been the appropriate time. Now they pull it 12 months earlier. Why? Nobody knows. And anytime you want to have a shortcut or you want to use short fixes to solve a problem, which is a long-term problem, then you have an issue. Because what we are going to see now is that they are using ad hoc measures to fix a permanent problem, and that's going to cause the problem. Now I'm going to end here with Kenneth Japan. What happened? You see, nobody or anybody could lead a perfect people, if there's any perfect person in the world, but there aren't any perfect people. And any parents who try to raise perfect children are certain to raise neurotics. What this means is that people are not perfect. So I'm not expecting delegates to be perfect. But what I'm expecting is fairness when you want to sign a peace pact. Now, what Ken did was that who goes to sign a peace pact, you sit down before they give you the document to read it. What time do you have to read through, do due diligence before you sign? And you always have to watch something that you are signing because there are fine prints. And you lawyers, you know about fine prints. I call it the unethical part of documents. Most fine prints, you will not have the time to read it, but you sign because you don't have the time. And before you know, it comes back to bite you. So let's look at what they are looking for in the peace pact to secure a firm commitment from all aspirants to maintain calm and respect the outcome of the elections. So that is the objective.
Okay.
Now, the objective is to make sure that each candidate is committed to maintain calm and respect the outcomes after the elections. Then you have to be fair to everybody.
Okay.
You want me to be calm. You are forcing me to sign a document. You want me to be calm after an election when I know it is rigged already in favor of another candidate. Okay. That is not fair.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. On the point about the Kennedy Japan and the document, some explanation has been put out there by his camp. They say that, yes, they got the document prior, but the claim is that there was a provision that was mysteriously removed from the document which was given to Kennedy Japan prior. So when he was given a document, he noticed it and he raised concerns about the absence of that provision. And the chairman of the Presidential Election Committee, we are told, apologized and gave an assurance that the correction will be done. We are told that the provision has to do with the Electoral Commission annulling results of voting centers that refuse to do open space counting of ballots. We've not heard officially from the party yet, so we'll leave it at that for now. But we just have less than 5 minutes to go, so I'm just going to do just a brief comments as we wrap up. And let me start with you, Dr. Samuel Efriye. I mean, a lot of people are tipping Dr. Bawumia to win. There's a strange thing. Do we still have Dr. Efriye? Okay, we don't have Dr. Efriye. So let me start with Prof. Then let me wrap up with Prof. Then Prof, you tipped Dr. Bawumia to win. There's a curious point that many have made. All those who worked closely with him in relation to finance and economic management in the last 8 years, significant number of them are staying away from him. So, for example, Abdul Sari is staying away. Kweku Kwatin is staying away. They were both at the finance ministry. Sticker, Dr. Stephen Amo also at the finance ministry, staying away. Dr. Makisibe Ebwa, chairman of finance committee, also staying away. Dr. Mpabinin, who was also deputy finance minister, also staying away from him. He's basically left with Dr. Amin Adam, and we don't know where where Oforiatta stands and where John Kuma is also not around. But the significant numbers that should tell a story of people who may have worked closely with him, not wanting to associate with him. If you can just deal with that briefly for me as we wrap up.
Yes, I can quickly. It's too late. You know, all these people are getting away, but it's too late because the campaign was on the ground. It's just like the pact that they are signing. They should have signed it about 3 months ago. If you wait till almost a week before the election that you are signing a peace pact, it's too late. So the red line has been crossed. People have patted themselves, and there's nothing that you can bring back.
Okay.
So those individuals who are leaving, it's okay for them to go and join Ken. But if you look at the number of delegates who are going to vote, it goes deeper, and the system is already rigged in favor of Bawumia.
All right, Ebo, briefly, 30 seconds, wrap up for me.
I think, as I said, I don't have any interest there. I really think that the party has to do the right thing if they really want to be even competitive in the next elections.
Okay.
Having a bad candidate coupled with the kind of things that happened in the last 8 years under Akufo-Addo will be a disaster. And so they would have to be careful as to who they choose to lead them. I have advised them before that marketability of a product it's not solely dependent on the number of times the product is presented to the market, but the nature of the market in which it is sold.
Okay.
So if they would address their minds to the fact that Ghana's political market is a unique political market that cannot be ignored, I think they would make the right choice. At least if they can be competitive and make about 30% in 2028 election, it will be good for the party.
All right. Mr. Johnson, final comments?
Out of all the five, there are 5 standing.
Yeah.
Can Ghanaians trust them? Can they get the trust of Ghanaians based on their performance when they were in power? That is a challenge the NPP should look at. Comments during the time they were in power from each individual who is standing. So they might have sign a peace pact. It could be that one of them would win. Can they win the country? Because the trust is broken. And the person who made the trust broken is the one who gave the opening remarks, former President Akufo-Addo.
All right.
If they do not sort that out, it's going to be a huge challenge for them to win an election in this country.
All right. AB, final words.
In every political party, where people feel that they were not treated well by the status quo or the establishment, they tend to gravitate towards other candidates. Bawumia is seen as the candidate for the establishment, and they see his candidature as an extension of Akufo-Addo's authority or whatever you have it, you think. And so the people you counted are people who feel let down. You heard, what is his name? Sika say that he was supposed to be minister, and then Bawumia stopped it. That is his course. That's his. In fact, sometimes the reasons are so flimsy such that it could even be that I made a statement on radio and they didn't call me to congratulate me. It could be as petty as that. I'm telling you. The way I've now reached in politics, I can tell you all these things. So, people that you have mentioned are gravitated towards the other candidates and leaving Bawumia. But does it matter? I asked the NPP when we were in power, when we were in opposition, that if we were in power and were ruling a country like this, do they, NPP, expect the people to vote for us to continue? I asked them that question. I've been asking that question here. Today I'm going to ask. No matter who you vote for, do you think Ghanaians will leave a party that is performing in this way and vote for anybody you bring? So, they are in comatose now, but as a political party, they need to be seen to be active. So maybe that is why they are going to elect one of them.
We'll leave it here for now. Next week, we'll build up strongly to that key election that will be taking place. My guests this morning have been Abraham Amaleba. He's a legal practitioner, Director General National Road Safety Authority. Kwame Jantua is with the Convention People's Party, also a legal practitioner. Ebo Bachman, Reverend Ebo Bachman. He is the Deputy Communications Director for the United Party. He says there is no rest for the wicked. There's no rest for the wicked. That's about there.
Well, last week, Man U did extremely well. They brought back the glorious days of Alex Ferguson.
We want them to beat us now for us.
Yeah, we are back. We are back.
For us. Beat us now for us this weekend.
We'll beat them. We'll commend them.
Beat us now for us. Professor Enoch Opoku-Antwi also joined us via Zoom. Prof, we hope to see you next week in the studio. You've been away for too long. I thank you all for staying tuned in.